Let's make a budget and a debt payoff plan for a soon-to-be family of 4 from Texas who makes $70,000 a year. He works as a service contractor and she is in school and also a stay-at-home mom. He makes $70,000 a year, and after taxes, insurance, retirement, and all deductions are subtracted, they bring home $3,400 a month. But she did say that he has lots of opportunities at work for overtime. Starting off with their debts, they have 1 credit card and 2 car payments, and the minimum payments for their debts is $885 a month. And then for their needs, they currently live in an RV, so they have their RV payment as their rent, and then other essentials like their phone bill, part-time daycare, utilities, gas, and groceries all total up to be $2,859 a month. And then for wants, they just have a few subscriptions totaling $74 a month. This works out to 75% of their budget going toward needs, 23% going toward their debts, and less than 2% going toward their wants. They're also in the negative every single month because they bring home $3,400 a month, but just for these essentials, they've already spent $3,818, so they're in the negative $418 on a monthly basis. But the other thing here is I'm willing to bet that they are spending a whole lot more money on wants than just the $74, because this doesn't account for any clothes, coffee, date nights, household essentials, or stuff for their kids or anything like that. So I do highly recommend going into the spending log and starting to write down every single thing that they spend money on so that they can get a more accurate picture of how much money is actually being spent, and then from there they can see how much more income they would need to bring in and maybe look at reducing some of those other bills in order to make ends meet. Moving on to their debt calculator, they have $8,600 on their Discover card, $2,000 on one car, and nearly $15,000 on the other car. If they just made the minimum payments, it would take 49 months to have all of this paid off, but even an extra $250 a month would shorten that time to 21 months. And if they could do $500 a month on top of the minimum payments, that would shorten that time to 16 months, which I think could be doable for them. And once the debt is paid off, that would put an extra $885 in their pocket every month. But the goal with this would not really be to pay off their debt as quickly as possible, especially with her being in school and a new baby on the way, but more to make this budget just not be in the negative every single month and to keep them from going further into this high interest credit card debt. And really the only ways to increase the wiggle room in your budget are to increase your income or decrease your expenses. And the hope is once she's done with school, they'll bring in more income monthly as well. But in the meantime, overtime would help, even if it was just making up that $418 deficit while they pay off a little bit of this high interest debt.